The Pearlmeister Green Guard Prize is a real gem here at Rockefeller, and I think it's a consequence of a visionary idea and the very high standards with which the recipients have been selected.
And now Professor Paul Greenberg.
The genesis of this prize goes back to the year 2000 when I won the Nobel Prize in Physiology of Medicine. The prize is called the Pearlmeister Green Guard Prize because it was named in honor of my mother, who died giving birth to me, and it seemed that it would be a nice thing, since I wanted to do something about discrimination against women, to name it in her memory.
One hope from this prize is that women who are fascinated by science, who are thinking about careers in science, will see these incredible women who have been leaders in science, have been successful in science, and are recognized in science, and see these women and say, I want to be like her, and I bet I can.
I think people would call me the plant lady, you know. I think they call me that because I'm one of the few plant people who really broke away from the plant community and got better known in biomedical circles, right? Whenever I gave a talk to them, people always say, hey, this is the plant lady, you know, tell us something new. We don't ever think about plants. And so I think that was kind of interesting. So I think that's my claim to fame in some ways. We all forget about them because they're doing a good job. I mean, they make oxygen that we breathe, and they're beautiful, and we all enjoy their beauty. And the role that they're playing, all of us who are here who work on plants realize, you know, if you have all this excess CO2 up in the atmosphere, what better than plants to pull it out? We did some back of the envelope calculations that said we could have a global impact on the amount of CO2 that's up in the atmosphere already, right? You know, we can draw down enough that it would be a global impact. And once we saw those numbers, we couldn't not do it, you know what I mean? We said we have to try to do this because the climate situation is really in a crisis, right? We're going to use crop plants, you know, the major crops that we use for food, because we can't take away land from food, because we have to also make more food than we're making right now. So the idea was let's just take corn and rice and wheat. And those three crops alone account for like 30% of all arable land on Earth. I was kind of late coming to science, actually. But, you know, my background is I grew up in a very sort of large Lebanese American family. And so all my cousins were around and all my uncles and everything. So I had like 5 fathers the whole time I was growing up. I knew they loved me and all that, so they gave me the courage to go out there and do something, you know, that was a little risky. And so I think that helped me a lot going out there. When I look at the list of people who have won it before me, you know, a lot of them are my sort of heroes or heroines in science. It's really kind of fun to be part of that group. Having a woman's prize, I think, is really special too. I met the first woman who got a PhD in Saudi Arabia. You know, and when she did that, her family like disowned her. Is a testament to Paul and Ursula. They did it so early. I want to thank Paul and Ursula for thinking ahead about a prize like this and getting such a great jury to pick the winner, you know. And so it gives the prize a lot of respect from other scientists. And when you get recognition from your peers, it's really the best recognition because the peers know what you've done, you know, and so I think that's special, and I really appreciate having this prize.